So I love diner food. I especially love diner food because diners serve breakfast, and for those that are open 24 hours or late into the night, that means I can get breakfast food like at any time during the day or any time during the night. And I just really enjoy them in general. I love the atmosphere of diners. I think it's a great place to eat with your friends and family as well. So last night I was walking down the street after I got off work and was gonna go meet up with some friends to go to some bars and stuff like that. And I come across a diner that's been in the area for decades, and I just expected to be there like when I get there, and so I end up coming across it. I see the decor, I see the architecture, and I try looking inside, and it's like pitch black inside. So I'm like, wait a minute, what the heck's going on here? I thought this diner should be open like 24 hours. There's like people everywhere around here, or at least it should be open like very late into the night, and so it's basically closed. It's shut down. It was like that's all, folks. To paraphrase the sign on the door, it was that's all, folks. We're after 20 years of service, we're done. We're gone. So another diner bites the dust, people. Another diner bites the dust. Another diner gone. So I find this to be very disappointing, and I just find it to be very frustrating because I like diners, and I've noticed this. This isn't the first time I've seen a diner shut down. I've seen another diner shut down last year. There's another diner. I don't know when it shut down, but I know it's gone because I walk by it sometimes and it's not there. Like the sign is still there, but it's kind of decaying away and stuff like that. It just makes me wonder, like, what happened? Like, why are these places going away? Like, why are people not wanting to go to diners? Diners are awesome. Like I said, you can get breakfast food at any time during the day. And not just breakfast food, but a variety of different foods. Why are diners going away? They're nice and casual. They're low price. Like there's things about diners, like the variety and the atmosphere that you can't get in a fast food restaurant. You can't get at a Burger King. You can't get at McDonald's. You cannot get at Wendy's. You can't get at Dunkin' Donuts. There are certain things you just can't get at this place that you can get at a diner. I just I just have found diners to be much more. I found diners to be a very pleasant experience, and so I feel bad because um, there's some people out there who probably have never been to a diner and they don't know what it's like. There are some people um, who just don't they don't see the value in it, I guess, like I do, and I wish they did because I find diners to be a very awesome place. Um, yeah, I just find it to be a very awesome place. So I'm not really sure what to say else more, except that I hope there's like a resurgence with diners because seeing some of these diners close down is very troubling to me. Uh, it just is. It just is, and I'm not really sure why that is. Like some people just, I guess maybe they're just not. I just don't know. I don't really have an answer for it. I wish I did, but I don't. Like diners are obviously not getting as much business as they used to get. They're probably having more competition from other places and other businesses, restaurant businesses. I mean, and I'm not really sure. Like, I don't really understand the full scope of it. All I understand is that there's diners that used to exist and they're going out of business. Something that I will admit is I have taken these places for granted. Like I don't some of these places that have gone out of business. I haven't been to them in months or years, and I guess maybe it's because of that they're going out of business. Because I took these places for granted, and I just thought, oh, these places are gonna be here, because I just thought they were gonna be there. Like I thought, oh, they're just gonna be here, no problem. I can go another time. I can go another day. Uh, However, that's not the case, of course, because these places are going out of business. So I will admit that I have taken some of these places that are gone now for granted. I did take them for granted because I assumed that they were just going to be there, like nothing was going to change. I don't know. I don't understand why I did that. Maybe it's just because it just felt. like good to do so, or felt comfortable, or felt like or reassuring. Like, oh yeah, there's no urgency to go here right now. It's always going to be there. You can go back another day or something like that. But I was very wrong because they're gone now. So whatever diners are left in my area, I will try to go to them more often if I can. I still might take them for granted, to be honest. Maybe that's part of the problem is that like people like them and they like diners, but they take them for granted. Like they just think, oh, it's always gonna be there. I can go back another day. It might be hard. It's sort of hard for me to get there. You know, random person saying that to himself or herself. So I'll just go another time, or oh, I'm busy right now. I'll go another time, and then they don't go, and then they just keep procrastinating and they keep stalling, and then the place goes out of business, and then they regret it because they didn't get a chance to go back. So I just, but I'm not gonna say that's the only reason. There's probably other reasons as well, and some that I just don't know at this point. I don't understand. Because I know like places like IHOP, they're still doing business. IHOP is basically a chain diner, and same with Denny's. These places are diners, but they're chain diners. The people who opened these businesses, they took the idea of a diner and just made it into a chain. Yeah, basically. So, is that where the future of diners is? Is it in like a chain sort of format? Is that the way diners are going to survive? Is like with that kind of idea? I certainly hope not, because I love going to the mom and pop diners. I love going to the like small business owned diners, which is one diner, or maybe like one or two or three, but not that many diners. Like it's basically not a chain. You know, it's like it's a small mom and pop kind of place. I like those kind of diners also, and I would hate to see those go. And I hope that other people who maybe aren't as interested in diners, like take diners more into consideration. They understand the possibility more of going to a diner, or they that person that's never going to diners, they give it more of a chance in the future, and they see, oh, you know what, this is actually a pretty awesome place. You know what, I was wrong. I should go back to this place more often. So yeah, basically, diners rule. Diners kick ass. It sucks to see that some of them are closing down, that some of them are going out of business, and I hope that there can be a resurgence in the future of diners, because diners are awesome. Uh, Perhaps it's not as bad. If I mean, when I say resurgence, I mean like if it continues to get worse. Like I feel like I don't know the full situation yet, so I don't know how bad the situation is or how good it is. So, um, I would like to see some diners not close down though, the ones I already know. So basically, I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope that the diners that I do know about, they continue to exist, and I hope they do. Whether that means having to come up with new strategies. Like I know some diners, they're starting to sell alcohol now. Like you can get wine or you can get beer with your food, and if that means and that can be a good strategy for a diner to use. Diners have not traditionally used to have alcohol in their restaurants, but if it means getting more customers in the door for a cheap beer along with your food, then so be it. All right, so that's the end of this video. Tell me what you think about diners, people. Tell me what you think about diners. Do you like diners? Do you not like diners? Why? Why not? Do you want to see more diners around? I like to see. Or maybe not. There's no more diners around, but the ones that already exist, like to help them stay in business and stuff like that. And why not? If you had the money, would you be willing to buy out a diner to keep it going if the owners of it don't want to be in it anymore? They just want to sell it off. So yeah, tell me what you guys think.